some restricted domain whereby your whole data and learning can be focused upon. So these are all the examples. AlphaGo, which is based on a deep learning. ImageNet, I guess ImageNet is about 3 years ago. ImageNet, which is a data set with 1,000 concepts and 1 million images. 3 years ago, I think probably Microsoft is the first one. I guess it's hard to say who is the first. Microsoft has the first paper to say that the machine can actually beat human in terms of image recognition. Yeah. And after that, I think everybody claimed that their system actually did the best of human. And in addition to that, I think if you go to medical imaging area, I think everybody will claim that their X-ray image analyzer is better than the human experts in diagnosing whether this X-ray contains is cancerous or not, or other type of symptoms. Yeah. And there are lots of other examples, poker playing and things like that. The common characteristics of this is that these are all quite narrow and vertical, right? And in fact, either you focus your data on one small subset, or in fact, there are some of them actually have knowledge building and things like that to improve the systems. Yeah. So with this come with big opportunity, of course, in medical. There are lots of startup on actually medical imaging, medical diagnostic systems, auto driving, education, and energy, and so on. And the list goes on and on. From the societal, I guess, point of view, I guess, a lot of questions that we have will be, will AI make us smarter? In fact, a lot of people will predict if the AI has the same deduction capability as us. In fact, because we learn actually much slower. We need a lot of things to learn, but whereas AI can actually learn in a very default manner. And then very soon, actually, all the machine will be smarter than us. And I guess that could be possible. Of course, job loss, and of course, this is always a thing that everybody worries about. But of course, history tells us that with the new technology, actually new kind of jobs will be involved. It's basically more a structural problem than the job loss problem. Data access, the key problem that people are beginning to look at are the privacy, security, and trust type of problem. Ethical, and then the accountability of algorithms. Here, maybe I'll just elaborate a bit on that accountability later, on whether the algorithm is fair, whether algorithm is trained on the data that suit for you, so that when I apply it to you, it makes sense to you, and things like that. Yeah. So with all these problems, actually a lot of things could go wrong. Of course, it does go wrong. For example, the Cambridge Analytics example. Yeah, I guess that's not the problem with AI, but it's kind of more the ethical use of AI. I guess Uber kills a human. I guess the question comes in is actually who is responsible for this. And then of course the other case with Microsoft, the teen girl, actually within 24 hours it became a kind of killer living sex robot kind of thing, and then Microsoft is forced to withdraw it and things like that. So these are just a few examples. In fact, there are a lot of other examples. For example, this one, the deepfake. In fact, this company used it as a publicity stunt to say that their fake news generation is so realistic that it's going to be it's harmful to the social. So they are making a socially responsible statement by withdrawing that app. But of course, what they're saying is our app is very good. And in fact, this is actually just one example. Of course, images we all know now. We are able to generate images that are very real now. We are able to generate videos that if you don't look at it carefully, in fact, you can't tell fake from the real one. Yeah. So these are kind of a lot of issues now. And so in fact, the ethics of AI, we are basically, people begin to actually look at how the ethics of technology, right? So basically you need a robot this is actually from Wikipedia. You need a robot ethics, and then you need a machine ethics and things like that. So people are beginning to examine this. And in fact, You can see it from UK. I mean, the government is actually worried about that. They set up a Center for Data Ethics and Innovation, and these are the guidelines. Yeah, analyzing and participating gaps, agreeing and articulating best practice, then advising the government. Nearer to here, I guess Singapore government also set up a council on ethical use of AI. EU would look at AI systems should be accountable, explainable, unbiased, and so on. So these are followed by a set of guidelines. In fact, EU is actually in a way leading in this on this whole thing. And actually, these are the keywords that will kind of be the theme of today's talk. Actually, how can make AI accountable, explainable, and unbiased? And in a way, it's kind of accountability. I think that's the key part of how to make your machine, how to make your system, how to make your algorithm accountable. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just go through a bit of this. So the current state, we are kind of all in the deep learning era. We train systems, data input go through a black box, come up with a model, and the model is, for example, for image recognition, suddenly the model is able to recognize 1,000 objects very well. And in fact, for faces, in fact, nowadays a model, if it's a frontal or slightly tilted faces, it's 100% now. Yeah, and recognition is actually extremely high as well. Yeah. And of course, these are all done through CNN, IN, GNN, and things like that. And we all know that these are black box, and then the model is opaque, non-intuitive, and difficult for users to understand. Yeah. So for a lot of application, it's okay, but I think for a lot of mission critical, especially real-time application, for example, healthcare, finance, education, self-driving, yeah, we need some kind of accountability. We need to know how decisions are made. I guess if the reason that all the image kind of